else would be better to kick off 2024 than the founder of Green Queen and the very knowledgeable Sonalie Figueiras?
On the food service side, I think our lack of focus on the wins that are happening across the world in food service is an example of the limitations of the navel gazing of our sector that you're talking about. And this kind of just, we're living too much in our bubble. And that's why we really do need to get that, wedge ourselves into sustainable food, because we need to have better metrics for impact. And
Yes.
very honestly, moving huge food service companies to be providing, a majority of plant-based options is actually a much bigger impact
Oh my gosh,
than,
yeah.
one brand getting, 0.5% in sales boost on a shelf. I think the media gets too focused on the brand stories, right? And we did the brand story way before we understood the fundamentals, and honestly way before we really understood the consumer. And this has been my bugaboo for 3 years, where I've just been saying, why are we not talking to the consumer and understanding what they want? And so we've lionized a few brands, which has ended up in this narrative that overemphasizes a few players in a space where, especially in plant-based, where you're looking at 1,000 brands across the world. So it's hardly just, two brands that make the news all the time. And we've kind of lost sight of how to measure impact at a bigger scale. And food service is such a great example of the big impact that is possible and that is happening.